The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Sure,
Easter, it's 420, it's Hitler's birthday.
Next week.
Okay, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
So now you have to pray, Henry. Yeah, we're ready
Columbine.
to start.
Oh, yeah, the people
okay. Columbine.
this.
Dear Jesus, who never was and never will be, thanks so much for taking what used to be a holiday called Easter. Back in the day, named after the goddess Ishtar, right? Pronounced Easter. It used to be about people taking their clothes off and fucking all dirty in a field and fucking getting their big tits out. And a dude with all covered in hair will push her down into a bunch of flowers. And it was awesome. And that's what the old holiday was. And you make it a big stupid thing with a bunch of kids in little pastel suits and old men
That's
going
why we
around
look for eggs. He's like looking for her eggs. He's getting in there. He's
getting in there looking, trying to squirt all her eggs. Yeah, and making it a big, stupid, fucking dumb holiday. Fuck Easter. I'm glad it's 420. 420. Hitler's birthday.
Yes.
All right.
So I just want to give a big, if we want to do a happy birthday.
I don't know how long I could do
that. I know it was a holiday in the Kissel household.
No, it was not.
Why you got that pointy hat on?
I'm not wearing a pointy hat.
Take it off.
Hey, I don't like that pointy hat.
do not accurately describe what I'm wearing.
I just want to say, okay, so thanks so much, Jesus, the blue-eyed, blonde-haired fake wizard that never was, for making a great holiday a piece of shit holiday.
Amen.
Oh, happy Easter.
Welcome to black.
I know.
Yeah, and British and black.
He's so rare.
He's actually a black actress.
Welcome to the round table of gentlemen, everybody.
He was like a Della Reese.
Oh, yeah, that's classic.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Della Reese. Was it Touched by an Angel? Wasn't she on that show? Della Reese. Yeah, she was good. Jackie's not here, but sitting in for her is a different Zebrowski.
Hey, no, Jackie's here. This is Jackie.
That's Jackie?
And, I'm so mean.
Yeah. What'd you do last night, Jackie? What'd you get into last night?
I punched an Asian.
Oh, yeah?
That's all I did. I
about
pushed
right.
Jackie seems to sound a lot like every character Henry Zebrowski does.
He tried to take my rice, and I was like, not all rice belongs to you, Asian, and I beat him with a crowbar.
Oh, my God.
Well, I actually do believe Jackie's here, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, it's Henry Zebrowski.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Well, it's you. It's him.
I'm the Lon Chaney of podcasts.
Yes.
I'm Ed Larson.
Holdenators, ho! Where did you go? Where did you go? It will never end. My fan base is growing by the minute, my friend.
But you purposely don't want fans, though.
I don't want fans of the Roundtable of Gentlemen. There's a difference, sir. But Holdenators are welcome in my lair, you fucking dumb bitches. Yeah. I love you all with the fucking tip of my tongue and the back of my fucking cock. My balls.
The back of your cock?
Yeah, the back of it.
Not the front,
Yours,
though.
you don't have a tail that's like the back end of your cock coming out of your ass?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Some people do, though.
Yeah, that's kind of my deal. But anyways, Holdenators ho, I just want to give a throw out to anybody in the New York City metropolitan area. We're going to be meeting up at a drunk guy's house. We're going to beat the fuck out of him. So
Why are
you want to come
that?
meet me at the Lower East Side? We're going to find a super old man who's just barely scraping by to make rent for his apartment on a Friday night, probably 2 a.m. He'll be drunk as shit. We're going to just beat on him with fucking the backs of hammers. Right?
That sounds so much
So the
fun.
news story will just read 8 home invaders murdered by drunken old man.
Hey, man, we're shooting for 9, fucker.
9,
That's how
okay.
much my fan base is growing. Fucking A, fans.
Yeah, just under
you're
10.
welcome. I'm Holden McNeely, and I'm saying you're welcome for your fanship.
All right. That makes no sense at all. Sitting in for Bird Luger, a.k.a. Kevin Barnett. We got Jordan Temple. Thanks for being here, Jordan.
Oh, thanks, Broham. Oh, man. Oh, it's good to be here. Well, Holden, man, that's not what 420 is about at all.
That's right, man. That's true.
It stresses me out.
Reason?
He doesn't know the meaning for the season. I don't know if you knew. But at 420, every day, middle schoolers would get out, and people were like, "Hey, man, don't do that heroin." And they were like, "But I watched The Matrix. I watched The Matrix, and I thought leaning over looked fun, you know." Yeah. But really, what it is was them substituting the heroin. You know, you see in the DARE programs and shit. They're like, "Hey, kids, don't do this," and you're like, "Hey, I want to try that." Then they swapped it out for weed. 420, man. So you just gotta chill out.
Hey, man, I'm hip. I'm with it. I take the dope.
Oh man,
I'm not saying that. I know what the kids are doing these days.
You put your heroin in your taint. That's what you're saying.
That's right.
I hit on
also has a crotch that is soaking wet right now.
Dry.
Yeah,
it is
dry.
Yeah, he's that dry.
Yeah.
He peed himself.
Well, plus my
bit.
penis blows out little bits of air. It'll dry up any kind of piss stain. That's right, piss.
Nice.
It does.
It's like one of those shrimps with the shock attack. You know, the shrimps have that thing where they can shoot out super fast.
Right.
Makes that noise.
That's cool.
Self-cleaning cock. Oh man.
Yeah, my cock hole looks like the in the first Star Wars when they threw in the desert when they threw the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, that's what my cock.
You do know
that
that's an innie.
Yeah,
that's an innie. You're talking about a vagina. You have
it. Oh. So if you look down in the hole, if you were to squeeze the tip of my penis to make the hole open up bigger, you know how we do.
There's teeth in there.
Yeah, there's little kind of gnashy things. And if a little tiny man were to fall down there, fucking God help him.
Real tiny guy. He'd get the Lady in the Tramp treatment with that spaghetti getting sucked all up in there.
Absolutely.
It's that violent anteater, like an anteater mixed with like a Venus flytrap. Just eating up a whole bunch of little men and cocks, other cocks.
Well, that's the most we're ever going to talk about Holden's penis. that is disgusting.
Whenever Holden comes on a woman, he sucks it back up with his penis.
Oh, like a spit shake that brothers do to each other.
Plan B, man.
Big thing, man.
Well, I finally did get the surgery so that my cock no longer looks like an ampersand. So I'm really happy about that. They straightened it up, and now it flies right.
Right.
So you're welcome.
You remember the mouth inside the mouth in the Aliens movie? That just
comes
out at the very end. It gets right in your face and looks at you.
It's called
That's Holden's penis.
It's called a proboscis.
Proboscis.
Yeah, flies have them too.
That's Mr. Pastrami. Mr. Pastrami is here with us again as well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back.
Welcome.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess we can get to a news story. I am Ben Kissel, of course, and then we have Marcus Parks. Marcus, what's the first story on this 420?
Bringing a hooker to church after hours, stealing from its petty funds to pay her, and then claiming he had been attacked and robbed was the, quote, worst decision of his life.
I don't know.
Oh man.
So he brought a prostitute to church because he didn't have money to pay her.
Yeah.
And then
Hell yeah.
This is good. If I'm tithing 10% to a church, I want the money going to a good cause.
It's like my 401k. I cashed that out as soon as I got it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I know my mom went and gave $50 to church today, and I hope it goes to a prostitute.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Because Jesus, didn't he fuck Mary Magdalene?
That's right.
That's
She
exactly
was an
right.
ex-prostitute.
Right.
This is
And
the thing of it.
that's the tradition needs to follow.
He
I
might
think
have
she
been-
was a current prostitute.
Yeah, she was a current prostitute, and she
Still
had
is.
sex with her.
Yeah, she still is a prostitute.
shit.
Yeah,
in
well, she
heaven.
died a prostitute. yeah.
But he also helped her out. He was like the original Captain Save-A-Ho.
I'm sure he did. Yeah.
I like Captain Save-A-Ho. Yeah.
Man, I'd love to see that. Just fucking getting Jesus off, man. I bet she fucking rocked his bones.
And he
bro.
shot crazy gold-tinged loads all over her fucking veils.
And immediately he was that thing, it hits the wall and it would set on fire.
Whoa, my fucking load! Yeah, because the first thing he did was just like, that pussy, we got a fucking makeover.
That's
and
the
then
thing.
fucking cut her pussy hairs, fucking the clean up her legs.
yeah.
You know, because her legs all
He'd be the
covered with
best
desert
whore
shit.
doctor, Jesus.
I believe it's the
Just
Roman.
new pussy.
What is it? The Roman Catholic Bible? What's the James Edwards Bible?
King James.
That's the thing. He used to, before he was Jesus Christ, in the old Sanskrit, he was referred to as flame loads.
Yeah, flame load.
And then they
know that.
changed his name to Jesus Christ.
And that was his
so
nickname.
cool.
It was Marcellus Johnson, the flame loader. And he was the fucking, all he did was wreck pros pussy and then fix it up with his magic.
And that was the first miracle, huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't know
And that's
that.
why the bush was burning, because he fucking
That was
shot
actually
some
a
load
prostitute.
on
The load on the
bush.
bush.
Shit, man.
And it
Her
got all
fucking
fucked up
crotch
in
caught on
translation.
So he was fucking a prostitute, loaded on her bush, and made Moses talk to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know,
Moses
the
was a
Jews got
tool.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then his jizz was so fruitful it lured all the animals to Noah's Ark.
Oh, is that something? He
Yeah.
just jizzed a line right to the ark.
Yeah,
and all the
absolutely.
animals
You know,
followed,
like
huh?
people like put little popcorn trails or
Sure,
whatever.
not to get lost, Little Red
Breadcrumbs.
Riding Hood did.
Yeah. He's just spurting out little
People
jizzes.
do that often, though?
Sometimes. It's
I mean,
tough
have
to
you
do.
been to Ed's apartment?
Yeah,
Anywhere
it's a
from the
maze.
bathroom to the bed.
I
and
mean,
then
now
to
it's
the
just all like
refrigerator.
covered in everything because I forget where I gotta go.
Of course. Yeah.
You just have girls roam around in it and they just get pregnant on purpose. They just roll around in your bed.
How much can you sell Jesus' cum for?
Oh,
like Jesus
buckets.
reincarnated,
Yeah, lots
you
of money.
kidnap him, you
Loads
start
of
jerking him off. Just
Yeah.
selling his cum.
Little, I mean, we do have about, what is it, 20 years of missing history of Jesus Christ?
Stud out Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jesus was fucking everybody.
He was. Well, there's a new book out that's very
He's
controversial.
got a wife,
that says
yeah.
that exact thing. Yeah, a wife and a whole bunch of different prostitutes on the side. It makes sense.
I bet Jesus fucked a rhinoceros once just to see what its pussy felt like.
Well, he's Jesus. He has to know all.
How big
that
do you
have to
think he
live in.
was?
Jesus, as big as he wanted to be.
Oh yeah, I mean,
depending
like
on the
Jordan
woman he was
said,
fucking.
Jordan, like you said, he was black. So what do you think?
He was black.
okay.
Oh, I mean, I'm a descendant of a Jesus cock, so I know what my cock looks like.
Yeah.
Jesus was rocking with a cock, and he had a fucking schlong on him.
A big piece of meat, huh?
He had a big dick, man.
That's great.
I'm getting hard. My ass is getting wet.
It probably had a bone in it, like that raccoon dick.
Marcus, would you like to thank the fan?
I would love to thank Greg Lewis for sending me a raccoon baculum in the mail.
Hey, I want to tell Greg Lewis he's fucking a doctor fucking fagatoriate. So.
Whoa. Hey.
You think that's an appropriate name? A fagatoriate.
Yeah, absolutely. He's schooled in it.
How did he get
and
the?
sucking on him.
It looks like it was broken off. We had the theory that maybe he grabbed the raccoon by the throat and
Gnawed it off himself.
ripped his dick off while he said Marcus.
So you're holding a raccoon dick?
Yes.
Right now.
Literally.
the insides of a raccoon dick.
Yeah.
Right now I'm caressing it. I'm stroking
Yeah,
it.
don't. You don't have to do it because it's
So what does Greg
weird.
Lewis do? What is he? Is he is he a
Dickyologist.
I know he's got a family.
Wow.
Yeah, a very
Everyone has a family.
and his daughter is currently with a raccoon that doesn't have a penis.
She's with a black raccoon. Daddy's not approving of it.
I see.
Marcus is now using it to stir his coffee.
Yeah, I hate the way there was this.
He likes it black.
That'd be amazing. He keeps serving Swedish meatballs with it.
Yes. These meatballs taste like raccoon
it's
penis.
so
You could just
thin,
shave
actually.
that down in the toothpicks, and people would just be like, "Oh, what is this flavoring? I feel in this wood."
Expensive,
Well, it's a
hilarious
raccoon's
prank of
wood.
all time.
I'm sure they used to do that back in the day.
It was a 1920s name for a toothpick. Could definitely have been a coon dick. You want a coon dick? You want a coon dick? They scrape out those teeth, and they're like, "What was that?" And it was just like, "No, it's raccoon. It's raccoon dick."
Different. Is the racial slur coon from raccoon, or is that just a whole?
We
nother
talked
thing?
about
We
this.
talked about
You
it.
never know. You never know.
No,
where
we
this
talked
is
about a coon's age and how it's actually not racist.
Oh yeah, that's not racist.
not racist.
But
Where
we
does this
don't
come
know
from?
where the term actually why they started calling black people raccoons.
A barracoon is a Spanish name for a place where the Cubans kept slaves. So therefore, coon became the shortened.
It's got nothing to do with raccoons.
Nothing.
No,
Nothing to do. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. Oh,
We
the
can blame the
slaves.
Spanish for this one.
Oh, all
I
right.
will every day of my life.
We can blame the Spanish for a lot.
Everyone was like Cubans were slaves too, though. Why they have that?
Everybody was a slave at some point.
like
yeah.
slave on slave ownership.
I was watching
That's
Ten
not-
Commandments yesterday. Shed a tear for my people, man. I know how you feel.
Yeah, there wasn't a fat person in that movie, Eddie. What the fuck are you talking about? Everyone in that movie was attractive. Rich people. Yeah, what person were you? There's one slave that we're gonna have to get rid of. He continues to eat all the ham.
The Irish weren't treated well.
No, they don't even treat themselves well.
No. It's because they're all full of fucking garbage.
Oh yeah,
They
suck
fucking
blood.
Irish.
They called
all
them
they
the
do-
coons of Europe.
That's all they are. That's all they are. They're a nuisance.
Yeah.
All they do is
Raccoons.
they take people's jobs. And there's the gardeners. These they
Yeah.
do stuff like that. They're the landscapers of Europe.
Yeah. Except they never leave Ireland.
Yeah.
So that's why Europe looks like shit.
They're not allowed to. You know, that's the thing.
Hey, Europe's all old and stupid.
Hell yeah. Fuck that place.
They're so pale. They're so pale.
How pale are they?
like paler than me. I'm so
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have
definitely.
like the palest skin ever.
They're paler than anyone here except for Holden.
Yeah.
Because he's Scottish.
That's not a response.
That's not a word. Yeah. So this guy tried to pay the prostitute with church's money, but then he got arrested, huh?
Chatton46 said he was struggling with a sex addiction when he hired an escort and brought her to the Christian Horizons Church for a tryst. He took $116.06 from the church coffers to
Wow.
settle up. He knew he wouldn't be able to replace it before anyone noticed, so he called police to tell them he was taking out the garbage when an assailant attacked him from behind, forced him into the building, and made him open the church safe.
That's very complicated.
That's a lot more complicated than you had a
really
prostitute
layered.
you need to pay.
So he worked at the church?
Yeah. I mean, he had keys to the church.
Fairly expensive prostitute, right?
Well,
He didn't have
also
a sex note.
$116.06.
I think that he gave her everything. Like, I mean, I guess they fucked. She's like, well, it's $120. He's like, well, I got $116.06. Or maybe she was a $100 hooker, and the $16.06 was a nice tip.
I'm just talking about the numerology, friend. Six. Numbers
two
of the
sixes.
devil.
There's only two sixes, and they're in weird
Two
places.
sixes means
Nothing. It means nothing.
No, yeah.
This guy, yeah,
That's a route.
But
That's a,
Yeah.
2
Route
plus
66 like
wait,
the
but
song.
3 plus
Nope.
2
No.
no.
is
No. All of it's wrong.
5.
No. Sure. Yes.
right times
That's
2
true.
is 10.
That logic is stretchy.
You're not doing any of this right.
If you
Or
subtract
humorously.
0 from
No,
1,
No.
that's 1.
Yes.
It is
Okay.
actually true, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're getting the numbers
Yeah.
right.
Oh, okay. So math, I'm fine with.
The math, you're solid.
So there
Mr.
you go.
Pastrami, what's a good rate for a prostitute? What do you do? What do you
Okay,
think?
so there's a website called eros.com.
And Eros is the Greek god of love, so that's romantic.
I
Oh,
hate
I
to
see.
plug
Oh,
this
yeah,
website,
that's-
but I'm going to change everybody's world.
What?
So it
I don't
depends
think
on
I'm
the
ready.
city. That's
Yeah.
the answer to your question. New York, between $500 and $1,000 an hour.
Whoa.
for a decent hooker.
For a decent hooker.
What if
But
you only need 5 minutes?
They have some that will negotiate half rates.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are they
Well,
clean? How do you
is
know
it-
they're clean?
Is
Well,
it
they,
for
they
the
check out. Eros.com screens them.
Yeah.
Is it for the hour
many
or
have
is it
you
just
gotten?
for the orgasm?
It's for 1 hour minimum. Then you can do 2 hours, 3 hours. There's the girlfriend package, which is an
wow.
overnight
The
experience.
girlfriend pack.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
It's,
Oh,
it's
we
called
get the
it's a
whole-
GFE.
Isn't it the
girlfriend
last thing
experience.
that you want? Why would you want that if you're getting a prostitute?
One night, man. That's insane. 500 for an hour.
By the way, there was
Yeah.
also I went on a site that was
beautiful.
all
can I
masseuse
see
jerk
it?
off. It was like a Yelp for jerk off masseuses.
People that come jerk
Oh,
you off.
wow. Well, these are very, very.
You're just talking about the
erotic-
yellow pages
How
in
much?
Thailand.
How much is Sarah?
I'm looking at this is for I looked in New York. This is Sarah. She's fucking gorgeous, and she costs
let me see.
$800
I need to see
An
her.
hour.
an hour.
800 an hour.
So my
Well, if I
plan,
had it, I'd do it, you know?
Well, see, here's my plan. My plan was I went to Alabama,
Yeah.
Birmingham, where they don't realize what they got. And you could just, it's a totally unexploited marketplace, and you can get a girl that looks like Sarah for $200.
This episode's become a complete commercial for Eros.com.
It has. And we got to get into sponsors. It's
Yeah,
funny,
they
my
got it.
friend
That'd be
Dave,
a great sponsor.
Dave, who did all the graphic design for a lot of the programs here on Cave Comedy Radio, just sent me some pictures of his uncle. His uncle was in Las Vegas, fell in love with a gal. They got married at a wedding chapel. And
Square-faced woman.
one of the scariest looking women that you'll ever see. Marcus, maybe we can put the pictures up on the Roundtable page. I'll send them to you. And then he Googled her name, Lisa Davis, Nevada. Turns out she had just killed her pimp 6 months before, marrying my friend's uncle. So, you know, he's a dead man. So we just know he's a dead man.
No,
and
he
will be
rescued
murdered.
her. She will appreciate him for rescuing her.
Yeah, maybe.
It's romantic. It's like the movie Pretty Woman.
But she's ugly, like
Yes.
really ugly.
And
Remember how
he's
hot?
a scary man.
Yeah, he's a Vietnam vet because he found out this is actually Dave's uncle's story, and I just it's a very compelling story. Basically, his mother banged a Native American fella. The Native American fella got drunk, fell on the train tracks. A train ran over him because that's what happens. He's dead. He gets adopted, but they didn't tell him he was adopted until he was 27 years old. A blowout fight in the family. His brother-in-law then just ends the conversation by saying, yeah, you know what? You're adopted. Your father's an Indian. And then he's like, oh, no. And then he's like, I'm going to Vietnam, which is what you do. And then he went to Vietnam. He came back.
He had a great time?
He did have a better time than that dinner, and now he lives in a camper in Nevada, and he's marrying a prostitute.
That's amazing. It's a great story.
That's who goes to prostitutes.
It's so sweet.
You know? Yeah.
What would that movie be called?
Oh my goodness!
Everything's
with an
fucked.
Indian.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
You got to shut that Eros.com website
Train
down because I
tracks
keep
of
looking
tears.
over and just seeing absolutely gorgeous naked women.
There's
and we
no
have
way
to
they
stop
actually
it.
look like that. You
I don't
get
know.
into the- it's like ordering a
$500 an
cheeseburger at
hour. She
McDonald's.
better look like that.
No, there's no way though.
That's a lot
You'd be
cheaper than
surprised.
my
You can't return
girlfriend.
them. I mean, if a prostitute shows up and she doesn't look like the ad, you can't return her. You
Yes,
can't
you
call
can.
the police.
You
What
just
do
tell her to go home.
But then
Definitely
the pimp's
call
gonna
the
come.
police. You call the pussy police.
Who's the
yeah.
pussy police? Is
The
this like the
pimp.
Hasidic have their own police? Do the prostitutes have a pussy police?
Yeah, there has to be a pussy police.
I think that their pimp will be very upset that you are rejecting their product and they
Right.
will beat you.
That's the thing.
Or if the pimp is a really good pimp, he'll be very disappointed in her.
Yeah.
But he has her.
He'll scold her in front of you.
Guys, I'd be like, you want me to kill her? Like, no.
That doesn't make her prettier. That doesn't.
That is a whole nother fetish. Pastrami, have you ever been with a prostitute yourself?
No, never.
You
Never
know
done.
so much
No, nothing.
about that website.
I just, you know what? There's a mobile application to it, and you just can't help but shop. Just, it's like window
Best
shopping.
window shopping.
Yeah.
You're just like, I just want to know what's out there.
Yeah.
For the money. But
Yeah, like sometimes I go to a bookstore just to browse.
You know you're not going to buy a book.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine if I could read. How much fun I'd have.
Pastrami hasn't been hard in a decade, so he knows his dick doesn't work. But you
This
know,
was
you just want to
back in
pretend.
Amsterdam red light district. I believe it was 50 euros for a blowjob, but I could be a little over. It might have been more like 40, 30 euros. This
Yeah.
was in 07 maybe.
All right.
Oh, it's hit
Interesting.
inflation
That
by
it was
now,
very
man.
affordable to get a
Yeah, that's why I thought 116 was a little bit pricey
a little
for a
crazy.
church whore, but
It's a
maybe
little
not.
crazy.
I guess that's
Well,
These are
I
New
know
York
that they
City
charge.
prices.
Yeah.
They would charge per position. So
That's
if you-
right.
So
Oh,
you would
wow.
have to pay an extra fee if you wanted to flip them over, whatever. If you were banging them doggy style, salivating, just fucking seeing red, and you wanted to flip them over, right?
Yeah.
To
So you had to
fucking.
pay before you even got to
How much does it cost to stick your balls in a woman?
You just pick one.
Wow, that's a lot of money, Eddie.
You just got to start doggy.
You know what? Your
Falling
claim
on
that
the
it was
head.
50 euro still does stand in the Amsterdam
Okay.
red light district.
Wow.
In fact, you can haggle. It is encouraged to haggle. Sometimes you can get them down to 30 euro.
Wow.
See, I don't need to
gotta eat their pussy
bottom
first?
it out.
Who
I don't
needs the
need
best price.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
need to be the lowest bidder.
I would rather give her
like
60 euro and have her take her time and enjoy herself.
She's not going to enjoy herself, Eddie. Give her €1 million, maybe.
They actually have it organized. They start at the beginning of the block. It's like the more beat chicks, and as you go down the block, they get hotter and hotter and more expensive. They
It's
actually
just
have
gotta
it
be so
organized.
sad
it
when you're
goes-
asked to move down the block.
Yeah, like go move down the block.
And then you got to
Bad day
turn
at work.
around.
yeah.
All right, Marcus.
Wonder what
what's a-
Jesus paid.
Nothing. He didn't
Yeah,
have
that's
to
the thing,
because
for
they
free.
took. Yeah, he was just he was going like kazam, and their tits are turning into money.
Perfect. Yeah.
They're like what? And he's just like boom. He's pissing wine all over him.
See, I just
Yeah.
don't understand based on that why you hate Christianity so much when it just sounds like a fucking awesome
because
jam.
it's fucking fake.
It's
I may as
but
well
a
be
fun
talking about
fake.
Hogwarts.
I
All
do
right,
want to
he's
talk
like-
about Hogwarts.
He's being fucking Gandalf. All right, Jesus was as real as Gandalf.
Gandalf could be real, though.
No.
Well, you never know. You never know what happens. Hogwarts. Sounds like an STD you get from a prostitute. after
Gandalf?
Holden fucked
Yeah.
her.
That's real.
Yeah.
I
That's
got
real.
Gandalfs all over my crotch.
Yeah, a bunch of Gandalfs and Hogwarts on my ass.
Like little warts that look like Ian McKellen's
Ugh, yeah.
face.
Did you fuck the prostitute after Mr. Squealy McNeely came in here? God damn it, I did.
He called himself Squealy McNeely.
I was just hanging out with you guys. Just hanging out with my guys.
I'll tell you, man, you would be so popular in France. They love those annoying comedians.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Lewis.
I don't know if I heard this right, but I think he's ribbing me. I think he's trying to get a ribbon on me.
All right.
And I'll tell you what, sir, I'm not going to deal with it on 420. On Jesus' fucking death back
He
day.
came back. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Fucking zombie, man.
Yeah, we were
You gotta
talking
shoot
about
them in the
Saturday.
head.
It's because it's Holy Thursday. Good Friday was the day he died, and then Saturday's Sleepy Saturday.
No one celebrates Sleepy Saturday.
I slept in, so I feel like the same thing.
Probably just ended up owing all these prostitutes a bunch of money. He's like, I better fake my fucking debt. In 3 days, they
chilling. He came off the cross, chilled in the cave.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Told nobody.
He's talking
He
to
was
all the
already
guards.
alive.
No, I gotta rest. Tomorrow.
Jesus.
I can finally sit and watch college basketball without anybody fucking hassling.
Fucking playing Xbox Live.
Yeah.
He was in there fucking.
You got to go practice golf.
right away.
Yeah. It's sort of like the end. It's sort of like the end of Scream, the original Scream, where they start stabbing each other, and he hired the guard to stab. He's like, "Oh, you cut me deep, bro. I told you to make me bleed a little bit, man." Living like Matthew Lillard. That's not good.
No, when the blood got on him, that guy, the one guy was like, "Ugh."
Ew, gross. Ew, I got all that fucking hairy dude's blood on me.
It's gone too far, Jesus. That's good.
All right, it's time for Squirrel News.
I suck on nuts.
Jody Putnam, a former police officer in Mountain City, Tennessee, was fired after a violent run-in with an agitated squirrel.
Oh, my.
What?
People should be fired.
Yeah,
more often.
I don't think so.
Squirrels should be killed more often. Let's hear the rest of the story.
Fuck squirrels, man.
Putnam arrived at Mountain City's Dollar General when Animal Control was unavailable to respond to a call about a squirrel running amok in the store.
What were they doing? What's Animal Control doing?
I don't know.
Mayhem is a squirrel causing.
I mean, a squirrel can cause some havoc. If it's
I
in the
don't think
store.
so.
Like a gopher from Caddyshack.
Any animal that you can, any animal that you can stomp,
but you can't catch it.
Yeah. You ever chased a squirrel?
No.
Yeah, they're very difficult to catch.
Especially if they're agitated.
Yes.
That's why it's like if you're squirrely, you can't get a hold of someone. You can't get a hold of a squirrely person.
Yep. According to the city's.
This is the squirrel that the term is based off of. That's what I'm saying.
They're not it that way, but you're right.
It's like the Robin Hood of fucking squirrels over there.
I don't know if he's stealing and giving to anybody, but
no, squirrels are fucking selfish.
I'll tell you that John was a Robin Hood. Stealing from the church to give to the prostitute.
Oh, yeah.
He's the Robin Hood of all Johns.
Sure. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, if he wouldn't have gotten sex from her, then he'd be a Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Well, his name is.
Is his name it's just John? A business transaction.
Is his name also John?
No, John. No,
he's a John as in the trade. That would be great.
What did the squirrel?
John, his name is John.
What did the squirrel even do?
According to the city's Tomahawk newspaper, Putnam tried to subdue the rodent with pepper spray.
That's fun. Which just gets pepper spray over everything.
Yeah.
When that didn't work, he pulled out his gun and shot the animal multiple times. However,
that's pretty good name.
Property owner Carl Duffield offered a different version of the story. He told WJHL that Putnam fired his weapon multiple times inside the store. Duffield said, "Shooting back there, of course, that should not have happened." And then Putnam pulled out his can of pepper spray, forcing customers out of the store. So he shot first.
And there's about 90 customers in there, so you're looking at about $88 of sales just walking right out the door.
Oh yeah. My God.
That's terrible.
That's
just
pretty
shoving
amazing.
around the meat. Like, what is it?
I mean, it's a Dollar General. There's no meat in Dollar General. I pray to God, anyway.
It's just hiding in the no-name dish soap?
Yeah, but the no-name toys that your fucking poor mother has to buy you because you don't have money.
Just let the squirrel be in there.
I'll tell you, I will never be so upset as when I wanted a pro wrestling toy and my mother took me to the fucking dollar store and I had to get a little luchador. I got all they have at those dollar stores for pro wrestling is little luchadors. Who wants one? I want a Macho Man.
This guy's fucking hilarious, though.
This squirrel,
security guard. He's just like,
gotta get this goddamn squirrel running around.
Pulls out his gun, starts shooting wildly at the squirrel.
That's the squirrel. Fuck my wife.
You know, he shot the squirrel because he shot the squirrel multiple times. Apparently, I don't know how many times you think you're gonna shoot a squirrel, but you know, he's just like blammo, bang, bang,
He watches Caddyshack like it's a drama. Like Bill Murray's his idol.
Yeah, it's like fucking Apocalypse Now to him. Like, what do you blow our fucking legs off a squirrel shooting it once, and then it's just crawling around going like,
yeah, oh yeah, you're in the wrong dollar store, squirrel.
The squirrel did not survive the encounter.
I'm really astonished by this man's marksmanship. That's difficult to shoot.
I'm telling you, man,
squirrel.
a squirrel can fucking haunt a man. You have to.
How?
You cannot get rid of them, man. You have to put them. You have to put them in the trunk of your car. If you want to get rid of a squirrel without fucking bashing its brains in, or shooting it in the head, or setting it on fire, or throwing it in the lake,
Ouija board.
You got to
like
put
you
them.
can't get rid of a Ouija board.
You got to put them in the trunk of your car and drive them like 20 miles away from your fucking house.
You got to kill yourself too, though.
What
When
you
you're
gotta do
driving
is-
the car, you got to go off the cliff.
Yeah,
Drop
because
it
the
off.
squirrel.
Because you open the door, a squirrel get out.
What you gotta do with a
It'll get
squirrel?
right out.
You gotta take a squirrel and you gotta dress it up like a dog and treat it like a dog for a year, right? And it begins to think it's a dog, and then one day you fucking strangle it to death.
What? No,
Dogs don't dress up like it. How do you dress it up like a dog?
there
Put a collar on it?
there is truth to this.
Put a ears
You know
on.
how you'll kill it? You gotta dress it up as a mother-in-law. You just dress it up as your mother-in-law.
With a little, like,
You
clothing,
don't even
like,
have to be
pin.
married. You just put some goofy dress on and be like, oh, I fucking hate this woman. And you just fucking strangle that shit. And just like, oh, you know what? Oh, now my non-existent marriage is so much better because I killed this fucking mother-in-law squirrel.
But I feel like the squirrel would have to have knowledge of what a mother-in-law is.
No, it doesn't have to act like one. It just has to look like one.
Squirrels
Oh,
don't
I
get
see.
married. Squirrels live in sin.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's
So
why
you
you
also
hate
could
it.
put a bunch
Jesus
of
didn't
glue
die
down.
for them.
You put a bunch of glue down,
Right.
catch a squirrel, pull it out, right?
That rips
And
the
then-
legs off, though.
And then what you do is like you pull its legs off, or what you do is you take the whole store,
Shave it.
cut the fucking gas lines to the store, so the whole thing fills with fucking gas.
Sure. Well, it's
until
glued
it
to the floor.
suffocates itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you just
Right.
let
Like
it
Weird
air
Al's
out
parents.
and tell people like they could come right back.
My
I don't like that Weird Al joke, by the way. Very sad. Weird Al's parents, they died of carbon monoxide.
yeah, they're old people. My old man.
That was the meanest thing that's ever been
Did
said.
we not have an entire episode that was just about how old people need to be rounded up and murdered?
No, but not Weird
Not
Al's
Weird Al's
parents.
parents.
They
Yeah,
were
that's
good
crossed the
parents.
line.
He's a
Come
good
on.
guy. He's funny.
We all love Weird Al.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one's fucking with Weird Al on my fucking watch.
No. Yeah.
I was actually, I got into
Weird
a
Al
lot of
parents
music.
should be back alive.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Let's
thank
make
you.
them back alive.
Jesus came back alive. They can come back alive.
Nah, that's not true. I saw my grandpa
Amen.
die when
Yeah.
I was 11, and it's sad then. But
How did he die?
Did they ever
He
catch
was-
the squirrel that killed
he
him?
had a heart attack. But he was fat. So
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen.
He just died of overeating.
I watched an old
It's
man
not
die of a
shitty
heart
'cause,
attack when I was a
'cause,
kid.
I mean, it feels sad, and now I mean,
See, what are you trying to say about Ed, though?
What are you trying? What kind of warning are you issuing at?
No, my grandpa was
You
black.
were pointing
I
at
don't
me
know
that
about
whole
your
time. You were talking
former
about
life.
heart attacks and fat.
No, I'm saying he was 62.
pointing
No,
at
he
you.
had like distended belly.
Still pointing at me.
It was sad. No,
Yeah, you are.
You know what, Ed? You know those fucking tits. The belly soft. No,
Speaking of heart attacks and Ed, I saw a study the other day that testicle size is linked with heart attacks, and the larger your testicles are, the more likely it is for you to have a heart attack.
Oh, no.
They call him Big Ball Ed, and then that's
fuck.
not even about your
Should I
stomach.
get him taken down?
No, you can't.
It's not gonna fucking.
Marcus, Google that. I've never heard. Can you shave a little off your nuts?
But I don't think the term is taken down; it's taken in.
There's a
Take it
surgery in
Yeah.
that.
But I mean, the nut size would be the same size. Can you actually shrink the size of a
No
testicle?
way, because a nut is like an egg sack. You
He's
can't
not-
shave.
What if I start taking steroids and shrink my nuts like that? Then I wouldn't have a heart attack.
Then you would have a heart attack though for a different reason because you'd be all juiced up. You'd die like a pro wrestler.
You can do it.
Oh yeah, well, that's scrotum reduction. That's just pulling back the skin.
pulling back the
That's not what
sack.
I want to do.
He's got big nuts.
I want my nuts to be
He's got
small.
giant throbbing, and they throb. They go.
No,
they're
but
like
your,
their own little
your
hearts.
nut meat is not bigger than other people's. Your sack is big.
No, he's got a
No, my
small
nuts
sack.
are
It's
huge.
just
His
full of
nut
nuts.
meat is giant.
That's the thing. He's got a
I've seen
tight
pictures.
sack. Yeah, you've seen pictures,
I've seen
Pastrami?
pictures as a child of
Of his
Eddie's
nuts?
testicles. At first, I laughed, and then I thought about what it meant practically for Eddie.
Yeah, because
It's
he's
fucked up.
got like a krang down there.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not
big.
good.
That's
Yeah,
what
when I
I'm
was
saying,
a
like
boy,
the
my
eggs.
nuts didn't
Yeah.
drop; they
My little
crashed.
brother's
Yeah,
nuts
as
are
a
like
baby,
that now.
As a baby, he had to
My
do
little
it.
brother, my brother has like huge nuts.
Huge nuts.
And the
gonna have a heart
tiniest
attack.
dick. He's like 13. He's like 230.
Is that not disgusting to have big old nuts?
You know, if you
It's
have,
like
if you
having
have
a-
really big nuts,
It's
and like
funny.
the
Depends on the old lady
sees it, she's gonna think you're like, gonna be a good father.
Mine are pristine. Mine are like pristine stew onions.
Can't take down your nuts, right?
No. Ed, you're out of luck. The only recourse that you have is to remove the nuts completely and replace them with prosthetics.
Get prosthetics, Eddie. Get them.
Don't do it.
Wait.
Seems intense.
I don't know. Seems like my life might be easier.
Might get longer too. You'll live longer. It'll be easier. Maybe you can get them like to make a little noise every time you walk or something, kind of fun like that. That's cool.
Cling, cling,
They
cling,
can
cling,
do
cling,
a
cling.
Everybody
thing
pull out
called-
their nuts.
Jordan, take it easy.
They can do a thing called a wedge resection. But
God damn.
A
man.
wedge resection.
yeah, but that would make your testicles completely non-functional.
Oh.
So you want them to work still?
And what do they do?
They make the cum. They make that disgusting thing that'll make another one of you. That's not good.
Yeah, they just have wedge resection. It's exactly what it sounds like. They just take a triangle-shaped slice of tissue out of your testicle and then sew it up.
Is that done at like Tony's Pizzeria Hospital?
You know what?
It doesn't
I'll
sound
pass.
that bad.
I'll pass on
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna pass on that.
But the scrotal reduction, that only takes like an hour and a half, and you're in and out. Most men are back to work in 4
Let's
to 5
take
days.
our time. Let's take our time with
Yeah.
it. Why rush it?
If I get one now, I'm gonna have to get one another 10 years. Might as well just wait.
That's
Can I
right.
get- hey, can
God,
I-
I want to see the beginning of that Joan Rivers documentary where she's putting on the
But
makeup.
it's just my
but
nuts.
just your nuts. Just getting them redone, just powdering
Or
them.
the ending of Boogie Nights, you know?
You could do that contour makeup that women do to look less fat. Where you could like just shadow underneath your nuts
Yeah,
and
put
then
some-
highlight the top.
Oh,
of your
I don't
nuts.
care about how it looks. I just don't want to have a heart attack.
What is that load?
You're
look
fucked, yeah. Definitely gonna have a heart attack, but it'll be a ways from now. None of us will know you by that point.
I hope
think
so,
that
man.
low?
I pray for the day I don't know who you are.
What
Is
does
it,
that
how is
load
everyone going to
honestly
die in
look
this
like,
room?
you think?
Right? I mean, like, heart attack, me. Ed, heart attack.
Heart attack.
Holden, gunshot
I think I might get hit by a car.
Yeah, maybe hit by a car. It's just so tough to say. Jordan's shot by the police. We already know that. That's just guaranteed.
You got a stroke. You're going to have a stroke. One of your clots is going to move to your brain.
Yeah, I feel like a stroke is what I got.
Mr. Pastrami is going to,
Inside
orgasm.
of a prostitute.
AIDS.
Could be AIDS.
AIDS. Everyone has AIDS.
And
AIDS.
Marcus will die of the flu in his bed.
That is so sad. I'd rather get shot by the police.
Like, Jesus Christ, what am I going to die of the consumption or something?
You'll sit you in your paleness and a tiny umbrella.
Yeah.
I could
I
see
always, he was 119 and everyone forgot about you.
I always thought Marcus was just going to run into a wall too fast,
Yeah.
like too hard. He'd be like, "Hey guys, watch me run headfirst into this wall," but then just do it way too hard and fast, and just bust his whole fucking brain open.
I used to do that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, run against a wall as hard as I could.
Put a pot on your head.
No.
That explains a lot.
Just run against the wall.
That's fun.
That's not bad.
Great Texas games.
Oh, so fun. I love that.
yeah,
There was run against the wall, and then there was run and then fall down.
First one bleeds wins, y'all.
First one, please, wins.
Watch Grandpa die.
Yeah, watch Grandpa die. You can only play that once.
Oh, wow. I win the prize, but why am I so dizzy?
That's great. Open and shut the door. That's a fun one, too.
Every pull your
breathe
dick out
for an
and let a
afternoon.
rattlesnake bite it.
Yeah, that's a good
Do
one.
that.
2 taps and a
There's
break.
plenty of
Always good.
rattlesnakes around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds of things that you can do in Texas.
The brisket toss.
Yeah, the brisket toss.
Stare at the rattlesnake barrel. That was a fun one.
Oh, that is a fun one. Yeah.
No. They'd go around and they'd gather up a bunch of rattlesnakes to sell at the rattlesnake roundup.
This is a real game.
This is a real game.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they go up and they gather them all out, and you got these special rattlesnake. You got these snake grabbers because you don't want to kill them because you got to
Tongs.
sell them. Tongs, yeah, but they're really long, but not long enough. They can still bite you.
Yeah, that's bad. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's just dumb Texas, because they're like, well, if we make it totally safe, it's no fun.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's how. That's how Texas was built.
No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they put them all in this big barrel, and the kids would just stand around and stare at them. There'd be like 6 or 7 rattlesnakes in this big oil drum. You just
So
stare
you're
at
doing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
For what you came from.
I'm doing the best.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is still in Texas.
Yeah.
No offense.
Meanwhile,
Except for my brothers.
Your brother, Charlie's great.
Yeah,
I
my
never met
brothers
your
are
other
doing
brother.
much better than me, but otherwise I'm number 1.
Yeah.
So you're number 3.
Yo, okay, well, but still.
I mean, I just feel like it's the same kind of people who'd be like, I don't get that Lucille Ball show. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like that Lucille Ball. She's not funny.
Miscegenation.
Miscegenation?
Mixing of the races.
That was an old racial term.
I never
that was like
hairs raised
that
up
was
in the
like
back.
that was true
God, I
racism.
feel like the
that's
cops
true
should
racism.
come.
True racist. That's such a pseudo-scientific sounding word,
No,
too.
it
It
is.
almost makes you sound like you're smart.
It's like,
Miscegenation.
yeah, it's like
interesting. What is
phrenology,
that?
where like, their heads are shaped different because they got devil bumps.
No, that was the first term. That was like one of the first parts of like nomenclature when they wanted to describe interracial mixing, and they didn't want to say them niggers mixed with them other niggers. We mixed the niggers mixed with the nigger lovers. They made some crackers, and it looks like s'more. It's like a kind of s'more. I hate niggers.
Niggers. He was wearing a top hat, and so he's like, I have to sound like a scientist.
Marcus, stop saying those things. Please,
when I used to see niggers back in Texas.
Marcus, come on.
It's Hitler's birthday. Have some respect.
I'm not going to stop talking about mixing Baskin Robbins 31 flavors.
Marcus,
It's
we're going to lose all our fans.
Yeah.
They got the miscegenation.
I'm sorry.
Nigger chocolates and white nigger chocolates. White nigger chocolates and black nigger chocolates.
Are you done, Marcus? Are you done?
George, I am sorry.
And George W. Bush is the greatest.
All right, well, that's the most offensive thing. I was on board with you before, but now you lost me totally.
So Marcus,
What's
what you're
wrong?
saying to me right now is if I were an Afro-American man and I started sucking on another guy's cock, you'd shoot me in the fucking head?
That cock better be another black cock. That's all I'm saying.
It will be.
Better not be a white man's cock.
It will be a black man's cock.
Well, yeah, if it's a black man's cock, that's all right, because that means they ain't making no more of them.
Wow, that does sound
That was true. That is
is
I
true.
feel like the truth came through in his voice.
Well,
No
I'm sorry.
miscegenation there. I ain't give a shit.
As long as there's no mixing, there can be dicking.
Well, that might be the title of the episode right there. There's no mixing, there can be dicking.
Make sure it's N apostrophe.
Yeah.
Dick in 5 N's.
All right. Well, man, you've really captured that essence perfectly.
Yes, thank you.
Terrible.
And my people, thank you.
All right, Marcus, where are we at? So the raccoon died in the dollar.
The
jet.
squirrel died.
Squirrel. Yeah, you can see why.
The raccoon died that Marcus has his penis.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I forget.
Hopefully it's dead and it's not just a no-dick raccoon walking around just with no confidence.
Yeah.
Ooh, a unicoon.
Unicoon.
Yeah,
I can't even say the term.
All right.
It's prom season.
Oh, shit, my
Still
dick's
got no one to go
wet.
And KFC is cashing in on it with its new line of chicken corsages.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, my goodness.
The meaty accessory comes with a drumstick and baby's breath flowers. The company teamed up with Nans and Craft, a florist based in Louisville, Kentucky, to help craft the product and offer additional flower suggestions to accompany the golden chicken corsage.
I feel like you cannot purchase it unless you're over 300 pounds.
I don't think that you would purchase it unless you were over 300 pounds. It's just sort of one of those.
pretty hilarious.
It's sort of just like black people can play hockey legally. They just don't want to.
What is it? Just like a chicken tender? Is it a thigh or what is it?
Customers can order the chicken corsage online, chicken not included. It costs $20.
Wait a second. The chicken's not included?
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Don't get livid. But livid. Henry got beat
As a customer, I was incensed.
Come on now. The Franklin cover-up again. We just did 3 episodes on child sexual abuse, and you were not nearly that upset.
Come on now, Marcus. Give us all the details, baby.
All right, cool it, Jordan. It costs $20 to order plus shipping and handling. The purchase will earn
Handling.
customers.
I want nothing to do with the handling.
Yeah, stop
You know
handling
what? I'm
it.
going to give you $10 and you can just ship it and don't handle it. How does that sound with my fucking chicken? Just seems disgusting. When it comes to meat and food, I want no
They
handling.
send it to you?
No.
Let's
You
hear
guys
the whole
You
story.
keep jumping the gun.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
getting to
Tough
it.
story. Yeah.
The purchase will earn customers a $5 KFC gift check to customize the corsage with original recipe, extra crispy, or Kentucky grilled chicken.
This is my question, but it's a bone-in piece of chicken that you get? That's That to me is the disgusting part. If it was a no bone piece of chicken, and because then you could just suck it off a wrist, and you get kind of hard, and you're like, oh, what else can I?
You have the bone.
You
not
have the bone.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if it's a bone, because then she's got some wet bone hanging on her wrist, because you're not going to eat the chicken.
You have to eat the chicken.
You eat the chicken.
Yeah.
So she's going to walk around
but it's all touched to baby's breath.
Yeah, but you still eat it. Right? It's like parsley.
That's fresh.
Yeah, that's fresh. Okay. So she's gonna walk around the entire prom with a wet bone on her wrist, like she's fucking from the Flintstones.
So what do you want on a lady's wrist?
Yeah, fancy.
I want exactly what has just been ordered by KFC.
But you want it to be boneless.
Boneless.
I agree. I would go with the buffalo boneless wing. That would be perfect in my position. Here.
Jerky bracelet.
Jerky bracelet's amazing.
Bracelet. Jerky garter.
Sure. I'd eat that off a woman's legs. Yeah. Get right on there.
Like a whole bunch of pulled pork.
Yeah, you have to kind of
shaped like a flower, or like slices of ham that you could bend into like a rose.
I could see that,
like a turnip.
Soup bowl hat. Right? So that you can fucking eat. You can bite a little hole out of the bottom of the soup bowl, pours all over her fucking face.
Sure.
And then while you're making out of her, you make it out with her. You get some of that mushroom soup in your mouth.
Mushroom. You would want mushroom soup.
Creamy mushroom.
I'm gonna throw this out there: a yam bra. Right?
Yeah,
right.
It's tough to you have to carve out the yam.
I prefer sweet potato, but
yeah, sure. Sweet potato bra.
Sweet potato bra.
By the way, Marcus looked it up, and my ham rose exists.
Yeah, Marcus, can I see
a ham rose sounds like the name of a mutilated vagina.
It does.
A broken flower.
My goodness.
I gave that girl a ham rose.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there it is. A ham rose indeed does exist.
It's beautiful.
And it does look like a mutilated vagina.
It does.
Terrible.
It's just bad. Lick it.
Yeah. I'd say, oh my god,
like a fucking rose.
All the lips are blended.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like
stick that between two pieces of bread.
If a woman bought me a dozen ham roses,
that's the woman you'll be with.
I would have to just be with her to see how it goes. I'd have to see how it goes.
She knows.
That's the thing. I mean, that means she's kind of crazy, which is all the fucking broads you're bringing home these days. But you know, either way, it doesn't matter. They're always like, "Hey, Betty."
Oh my God! You're like, can I just call you Mrs. Larson?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, of course, Ed. Call me Mrs. Larson, Ed.
Well, I don't think we're at that stage of development in our relationship.
Water the roses with mustard.
You know, I'm really fucking drunk, and I don't know where the fuck I am. But sure, I guess.
You need me to hit you away?
I think.
That is bad.
See, now you're incriminating yourself.
Yeah, you were.
You're making yourself look bad, Ed.
I am.
Mrs. Larson, do you take Ed to be your husband? Yeah, I fucking do. I fucking love Ed.
Eddie. There's nothing in the world I want more than see Ed every fucking morning I wake up.
I call him Muddy Eddie because I like him when he has a shitty ass.
Big old sticky Eddie. That's right. Call him all like heaving up on me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, she is a sweet woman. She is a sweet woman. Yeah.
2 dozen ham roses.
4 ham roses. The whole wedding reception. Nothing but ham.
It's a ham
roses.
theme. We've got all sorts of ham. We got ham on the seats. We got ham all over the cake.
If you see any swan you see in the lake, you can shoot. You can shoot it, and we'll cook it.
Yeah,
we'll rip its fucking head off of its neck, and we'll cook it for you.
We got these gravy fucking, just like those hamster drinks, like you gravy like a hamster fucking like water wheels.
You gotta push the ball with your tongue, and gravy comes out.
Oh,
I so badly want to
We're
go.
all sharing tonight, guys.
That's nice.
I so badly want to go to a wedding where they have cute animals crawling around, and you have your own gun, and you can just shoot it, and like take it to the kitchen and be like, "Give me this. I want this." And
I was in Atlanta. I was eating so much organ meat, and we went to a petting zoo today, and I was like looking around at these goats and rabbits and stuff, and I was just like, there literally a part of me was just like, oh yeah, look at these.
So you do have the brain of Homer Simpson. Is that right?
Oh, you were getting into organ meat down there,
That's
huh?
the most unhealthy thing you can eat, by the way.
Have you ever eaten brains?
I've never. No.
Yeah.
I will never eat brains.
Brains. This is the thing, man. Our bones and our skulls are filled with fucking butter.
No, it's
Heads
brains.
of butter.
It's
brains. It tastes like butter.
That's what God told you in
Why
a
don't
dream.
you just eat butter then? Just have butter.
No, you crack. I'm just saying natural. You crack open a bone. It's filled with creamy butter.
Narrow.
You know, like you could just suck all that up.
Yeah.
Anytime someone's got big bones, you snap it open. I had lamb's brains.
What kind of butter are we talking about?
Just purest butter. You take a bunch of braised brains and you fucking scoop it with a tiny spoon and you put it on a little cracker and you eat it. It's like you're eating pure butter.
So you're a cannibal, huh, Henry?
I could be.
You would eat human brain. I would eat human brain, actually, too. I would eat human flesh.
I'd eat
would
human
say.
flesh in a second.
If it was made.
You wouldn't have normal brain from a cow, but you'd eat human flesh.
Yeah, well, different strokes for different folks. All right, Marcus.
We got one more story. An Oregon man has been sentenced to 10 years in prison Friday after hiring another man to kill his wife. Susan Kuhnhausen fought off the hitman and actually strangled the attacker with her bare hands, killing him.
I read this story. I thought it happened years ago, and he was trying to get out of jail now.
It happened in September 2006.
It's fucking incredible.
I love this woman.
Yeah, she strangled. One of the guy's last words were, "You're so strong."
That is awesome.
To death, right?
Yeah, I believe. How did she kill him, Marcus?
What she did, she said, "I saw a man step out of the shadows and he began to hit me in the head and the face with a hammer."
That is how this genius
That's
hitman
how he
wanted to
killed
kill her?
you?
Yeah. And by the way, this
Make
woman,
it look clean. I've got just the tool.
I mean, this woman's in her 50s, by the way. And she's
a hoss, though. She's the Mrs. Larson.
She kind of looks like Ed.
Yeah. She says, "I got the hammer and started hitting him with the hammer several times. My father, the carpenter, always taught me the hammer could be used for self-defense. The claw end would work the best."
Can you imagine being
So what, she
married to
correct
this
him?
woman? Like
Yeah.
you are married to a woman that can kill a hitman.
Yeah. I mean, she's terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah, the attacker was Ed Haffey, a drug addict who it turned out was hired by Michael Kuhnhausen to kill Susan. She said in court, "I yelled, 'Who sent you here?' Yelled again, 'Who sent you?'
She's like Liam Neeson. That is awesome.
Yeah,
Melissa McCarthy should play her in a movie.
Totally.
He turned blue as I told him, 'You're not gonna kill me.' And then she killed him.
That's incredible.
And his fucking killed him. This is a feel-good story.
Yeah, and she said, "If I ever believed you deserved to be dead, I would at least have the balls to kill you myself." Talking about her husband.
Dude, I mean, she tormented this guy, though, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
I would not. You don't mess with this woman.
Yeah, you gotta ask what she did.
Yeah, I think there's 3 bad people and one of them won. You know, like
I'd agree with that
Victor's
statement.
tell the story though, and her narrative is pretty awesome.
yeah. It's a great story.
Yeah.
$50,000 he paid the guy to
For a hammer.
He paid him $50,000
use
to
a
go
gun.
beat his wife to death with a hammer.
That would take. That's
And lose.
God.
And he
That's a
lost.
lot. Is there an Eros for that? Is there?
Yeah.
No. That's highly illegal.
Hitman.com.
Yeah,
Who would
Google-
you pay? Who would you pay to like go kill somebody? Would
It's
you?
hitman.gov.
Yeah, that's true. Just ask if you want to be a Marine.
You guys could get me, man.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a pretty sick hitman.
I don't know.
You can't do it, Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
You
got
got too many flowers on your shirt.
No, I'm not sensitive, man. I just got on this floral shirt. Don't let it confuse you.
That's a floral shirt. That's for sure.
Man.
How would you kill somebody though? If I'm going to hire you, I need to know you can do the job, not just attack a.
I used to hold gats, big old gats.
You used to hold them, but have you ever fired one?
Yeah, I shot one. I actually shot
Did you
one
shoot
in the
an
gym.
animal?
I shot at somebody's neck.
Did you hit him?
What? No.
Well, then you're not very good.
No, the gun jam. I owed him money.
Man, not a miss man.
Then I pistol whipped him.
Oh, yeah? You hit him with the gun?
Yeah, I hit him with the butt of the gun.
You could be a hitman.
Pistol whip's pretty aggressive.
I could have pistol whipped his.
I don't get it though. You were close enough to pistol whip him, but you missed him with the shot.
No, the gun jammed.
Oh, so you...
I see.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I don't
So you
know
would
if
be
we
in
should be
prison
talking
right now
about
if
this.
that gun.
Yeah, it sounds like the statute of limitations isn't over yet.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
but it still didn't. Well, that was 9-10 years ago.
Oh, it's totally fine.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're
It's fine. He's
Yeah.
not dead. He's just. I don't even see him. He
I bet
probably
he's
died
still
on his
pissed
own.
though.
I'm sure he did.
No, he deserved it.
I'm sure. What did he do?
Huh? He owed me. His nephew owed me money.
How much did he owe
His
you?
nephew?
Like
wasn't even him.
$1,500.
$1,500.
Wasn't even his dad.
He came to my apartment where I was like selling drugs.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, he definitely owed me money. He deserved it. There's a lot of people that probably forget that. See, no, I kind of did because I'm a nice guy.
I agree.
Now, see, I know this sounds crazy, but exactly what he's saying, exactly the same thing happened to me. I did the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You shot somebody?
I shot at a guy in the neck, and I beat him to death with his.
You beat a man to death, Holden?
No. Well, allegedly, I beat a man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're the one alleging
I allegedly beat a man to death. You know.
You know, see, yeah, I was gonna say allegedly too, but then that means I totally did it.
Well, I'm pretty much a renegade because I buy weed every day.
Why do you buy it every day? Why don't you just buy a bunch on one day and then you have to buy
They buy $5 a day.
You know, I like to just challenge myself as to how many times a day I can buy weed.
The crazy thing is, like, there's something in your teenage where, like, your brain is crazy. Like, men boys in the teenage experience something called testosterone storm.
Oh my God.
And that one's you're just like fucking freaking out. And I was going through a lot of changes in my body. And when I was 17, I lost my virginity.
Yeah.
And I was like selling these weak ass drugs and being terrible at it when I was like 16. And them that happened when I was 17. So I was just like, once I hit 21, I just was kind of evened out.
Yeah, you chilled out.
I had to chill out.
No 17-year-old should ever be owed $1,500.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just that situation should
it was
never
less than
advise.
How much was it?
It was more like $600.
That's worse. That's so much worse.
Still, you're
going to kill a man over $600.
I had the
that was a lot of money to me, though.
Like, I got beat in the street by a bunch of 15-year-olds, and I went to and told the cops that I got beat up.
Well, this is just about a year and a half ago, though.
No, this was like 3 years ago.
3 years.
Yeah, this is because you were a nerd.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. I love the idea.
What, of me getting beat just in the street? Yeah, it's very funny. It was super funny.
They just punched you in the back of your ass.
Well, no, but I went to the cops and they're like, well, it's because these kids can't fuck, so they beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17.
Yeah.
And it seems late for all the puss I've been slaying.
Hell yeah, dude.
What?
I got mine taken from me when I was 9.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So let's move on. Let's move on.
It's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Don't believe it, Holdenators. Oh, I can't believe you all exist. Thank you for existing, and you're welcome. This segment brought to you by Holdenators is since it's 420 and Hitler's birthday and Columbine and Jesus' resurrection, we're going to talk about the first time we ever smoked weed.
Oh, I thought you were going to say shut up a
First
school.
time?
Yeah, first time we ever smoked marijuana weed. Also, Marcus, while we're doing this, can you find out? I want to get my nipples removed. Can you find out if a male can get his nipples removed? All right.
I can remove them from you tonight.
Thank you.
I know for a fact you can remove them.
You can get them removed. You can have that surgery done. Is that it?
Yeah. And then you put a little car cigarette thing in and you just burn the ends.
Oh, okay.
You can remove anything. You can't put things on.
Oh, okay, like an elephant snout, because I learned that lesson back in Africa in 94.
There's a nipple removal thing, and it kind of looks like he still has nipples.
Yeah, it's just 2 nipple-shaped scars.
Well, that's not what I want. All right, so
it's hard nips.
I want smooth.
I hate that I'm looking at that.
All right, Marcus, let me see really quick. Let me see the picture of
it. Just looks like mosquito bites. That's where his nipples used to be.
Yeah, that's where nipples used to be.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's just nipples.
That's not good. Yeah, it still looks like nipples.
All right.
There's a redness. That's why. Okay, so first time I will begin. I will grace my fans with my story of myself. So
who gives a shit about your life?
This was I believe sophomore year of high school. It was also the first time I ever got insanely loaded on like liquor drinks. So we got an older sister to buy us a bunch of booze. And then next thing I know, I'm sitting in a hot tub with my bros, and we're having fun, just the bros
You
in a
guys
hot
having
tub.
sex with each other?
Not necessarily.
Why not?
Not necessarily. I don't know. It was blurry, man.
Probably.
Next thing I know, I was smoking weed. We got, for some reason, an empty bullet shell, and I was smoking weed through that, which the whole thing would heat up immediately, and everything would pull through it because it's just a big hole in a bullet shell. So I don't know if I got high or not. We were already too drunk. I was already more drunk than I'd ever been in my life smoking the weed. And that is the story of the first time that I, Holden McNeely, Lord of Holdenators, smoked marijuana.
Boo! story sucked. That was my favorite. That was good though.
420.
From now on, everyone had a little lie in there. Pizzazz.
A little bit, yeah.
A little lie. A little lie.
I mean, a little lie.
Yeah, it's like you got the bullet shell after you shot a dog.
There we go.
No,
That's a good story.
That's a great story.
It's a great story. Yeah, if you
That
put the dead
definitely
dog
didn't
down-
happen, though. None of that.
and then we smoked weed for the first time.
None of
Nothing
that.
gets me in the mood to smoke weed more than killing a fucking cute dog.
A cute dog. Though.
My buddy shit and pissed and puked himself that night.
in the hot tub.
No, we were all in the same room, though. We're all crashing
That's
in the
disgusting.
same room.
Yeah, so you all took a hot tub together, smoked weed, did
He
drugs,
shit, pissed,
and then you guys,
puked himself
It was a mess. He was a mess.
But it would
in front of all of you while you were sleeping on the floor in the same room.
And then he came out like 2 years later.
I hate all of
I don't know.
Jordan, he's really scared about like
That's the
you
best part of the
finding out
story.
he was gay because he had a hard on in the sleeping bag, and then that's why he came. That's why he was gay, man. Not because he had to really shit himself. Because
Could
he's
be.
probably gay, dude.
I don't know.
He's probably gay, a gay man.
What do you got, man?
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh shit. First time I got high, I was skateboarding. I was still skateboarding at that time.
Cool.
I was
Glad you
chilling with
stopped.
some black skateboarders. One of them actually named Black. That was his nickname.
Interesting.
Because he was really
Clever.
dark. He was like even darker.
Oh, you
than,
called
like,
him Black 'cause he was really dark.
African-American. Yeah, because he was really black. So Black.
I was never up for that nickname.
Nah, yeah. You're just like.
This is my boy Black Henry.
Hi, hello. My name is Henry, but you can call me Black.
They call you like Irish Satan or
Yeah.
something. Nah, but yeah, first time I got high, I was chilling with skateboarder kids. So yeah, so we went on the roof, and my buddy had some haze, like some really good shit. Oh yeah. And I just remember spacing out and looking up and like to the fucking sky and shit. You know, and just being like, and then I went to my grandma's house for Fish Friday.
All right.
Nice,
I like
Jared.
that. All right,
That's
Kissel,
okay.
what was
Well,
yours?
the first time, I think I've already told it with Jared Rattle and my Thunderbird. But for the first, and we just listened to another one bites the dust by Queen and drove around. But that entire first year of smoking weed, a lot of Out of the Apples before school started, a lot of that stuff. This gal named April Sankey, we used to get super stoned, and I would always try to have sex with her, but she did not like me at all. So that was good. But
This
I
is
had a
when you
car.
were really big.
I was like ugly, but I wasn't that fat. And yeah, man, it was a good time though when I started smoking weed. I remember sitting in class all stoned and my mouth just felt like it was full of weed, and I was just like, I'll never taste normal again, you know, like
Yeah.
my whole. And yeah, I loved it, man. The first time I getting stoned in class, definitely freaked out a lot, vomited. One time when I put chew tobacco in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, super stoned during a movie viewing of Mice and Men. And I'll tell
Gary
you,
Sinise version.
the Gary Sinise, the Malkovich version. Thank you.
People were saying, just being like, why aren't you up there? Why aren't you in this movie?
Well, I had a lot of jokes where, as a matter of fact, I think I made them to diffuse it. Like, if I'm sitting here, then how am I up there on the screen? Things like that. And they laughed, and they all thought I was.
That's good. You're making friends.
The first time you got stoned, you watched
No, this is just during that year. I'm just saying the first year. The first time I got stoned, I was just driving around. And I used to drive and get so fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times, I would very lucky I didn't kill or get killed. One time, I just remember waking up in the wrong lane. My friend Jared grabbed the wheel. We had to pull over. And then a lot of times, I would just end up smoking weed outside of the Thunderbird, and he'd have sex with the disgusting horse inside of my car.
Cool.
All right.
I love that.
Jared.
Wait, you mean you said horse or like horse? Like
Horse.
more than
Like women, because a horse can't fit in a Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said
That's so
horse.
cool you had a
like
Thunderbird.
like a
That's
big,
It was a cool car, man.
like a mini
That's
horse.
great, man.
That's cool.
My dad got it real cheap from a buddy.
That's nice.
Cool, man.
Yep, real cool.
All right, what do we got?
Mr. P. Strom.
Never done it. Never smoked it.
He looks
Allegedly,
toasted
yeah,
right
dude.
now.
Eddie, do you remember? I was with you.
Yeah, I do remember.
I fucking had the worst experience. We
Yeah.
were at our friend Corey's house.
Yeah, we got a bunch of purple haze.
It was a 4-foot bong named Ozzy.
Yeah.
And I never smoked. And they're like, try this. And there's like 100 people. And Eddie's there. And the next thing I know, I took off all my clothes and I started walking around the dining room table.
Yeah, he told me.
You couldn't stop me. I had my underwear on and my
This
shoes.
is the worst segment ever.
Yeah. He told me to take him to the hospital. I was like, no, I'm not taking him to the hospital.
No, you don't go to the hospital for being stoned.
That was a fun party, though. It was my buddy. We had my buddy Pendle watching the door, and he was this big, tough, scary dude, and he just watching the door of the party. We had invited a bunch of people over. He had a blank piece of paper, and he just told everyone that he didn't know that they weren't on the list.
That's great.
So, Ed, what about you? Were you able to get home from the hospital first, or did you?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I smoked weed, but my first time I smoked weed was behind a dumpster of a McDonald's with my buddy Anthony and my buddy Ian. Ian listens to the show. What's going on, bro?
What's up, Ian? How are you?
We smoked weed together, and then we went to Walmart, and I played with the Hulk gloves all night. We played with the balls. I flirted with the Walmart woman that was there. That was awesome.
Sick.
And I do remember the one thing that I called my mom because I was dog sitting for my girlfriend's dogs because she was out of town. So I went over there and I stayed the night over there. And I kept calling my mom and doing the thing. It was like, hey, Mom, I'm hanging out with Anthony and Anthony. And they were like, it's Anthony and Ian. Anthony and Ian. It's like Anthony and Anthony. I'm hanging out, and she's like, "Who?" And that's
a fun story. Though. I mean, I can't. You had a girlfriend.
Yeah, and then my dad blew me.
Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to make a good story. Allegedly.
Blew.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Of course.
Said who blew you?
He owed me.
Father.
Oh man,
he owed me.
Got to make it a good story.
Yeah. No, you made it. Yeah, you definitely made it.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, Ed, were you just nug and then became a person, or did you smoke it at some point in your life?
I was straight edge for a while, and then
you had the X's on your
I was real into football, so I didn't smoke until I was 16. And then the first time I smoked was behind a dumpster.
It's
Nothing
like not abnormal.
So, I don't know. Most people I know got stoned when they were 12. I don't know.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
Yeah, so,
and he held out, guys.
I did hold out. Yeah. I did. I held out like a motherfucker. And so first time I smoked was behind a dumpster in a park. Nothing really happened. It wasn't very fun. The first time I really got high, we were visiting my friend's sister in college. And she's like, all right, we're going to get you high. We're going to watch Wizard of Oz, Dark Side of the Moon, Whippets.
Do the thing.
You know, we're going to do it, like lots of beer. And so they just left me and my buddy there with this giant, like, flower of weed. I've never even seen anything like it since. And we just got so wrecked, and we smoked all of it. We smoked all of it. We did all the Whippets and drank all the beer. Cora's passed out, and they came home, and I was just like, fine. And I was just like sitting up, and they're like, damn. They're like, all right, well, let's smoke some. I was like, all right, well, it's, you got more? And they're like, you smoked all of it? They like couldn't believe it. And then
you were born to smoke weed.
I was. They told me they would have to take me down with an elephant gun.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, so both you and Henry smoked for the first time behind a dumpster.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? I feel like you guys were probably both born behind a dumpster, too.
There's a chance.
I was born in a hospital.
You were?
Yeah.
All right, Marcus, so whose cock gets sucked?
I can tell mine as well. If that's all right.
Yeah, sure. You can.
Yeah. Well, I've already told the first time that I ever smoked. We already told that on the show. But the first time that I ever smoked something that may have been laced with PCP, I'm pretty sure, is that we were all hanging out around a campfire. This place called Chinaberry Grove off of this country road, and I got in there late. And earlier that night, a couple of my friends had killed some rabbits and had hung them upside down.
Guys are all fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, what is that?
It's like fucking Gummo.
I don't
every time he talks about it.
I don't like Marcus's stories.
Oh my! Well, we got both kind of buses. We got the short bus and we got a shorter bus than the short bus, which is just a car.
I'm on the shorter bus because it got shorter seats.
Oh yeah. No, he don't got no leg.
Y'all just
That's Jimmy No Ankles.
Oh right. So your friends killed some rabbits because it was Wednesday.
Yeah, they killed some rabbits and hung them upside down from a tree because they had to bleed them out.
Good and macabre.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we start, like smoking more and more. We start flashing lighters in each other's faces and start getting like more and more fucking agitated. And then my friend Josh like stands up and he fucking runs over to the rabbit and he just starts ripping the fucker apart with his bare hands. He's fucking throwing rabbit flesh.
I hate this story.
Yeah.
What kind of weed was
I
this?
can't handle this.
This was PCP. This was PCP.
Oh, the
It was
PCP
definitely
lace.
yeah.
Texas weed.
Yeah, Yeah, it was a bunch of 15-year-olds, a bunch of Texas 15-year-olds just ripping rabbits apart with their fucking bare hands, just laughing and laughing.
I just don't understand.
I played with whole clubs.
Yeah.
Why would you lace weed with PCP? It just seems expensive.
I don't know.
Kids used to do that all the time. Don't they call them woolies or some goofy?
Yeah,
That's
they call it wet, woolies.
wet.
All right, well, you win, Marcus. Your story is the best story. That's the round
If the
table.
contest is the weirdest one, then that's the one.
Yeah, welcome back, Henry Zebrowski. Thank you so much.
Yes! Back in town.
Yes. You had a nice time in L.A. while you were out there.
It was whatever.
It was whatever.
And I'm still here.
That's great.
Whatever.
Let's see. Anybody we have to thank? We have Frank Mendoza to thank for
Frank
sending all those
Mendoza,
things.
Greg Lewis.
Ooh, that
for the
Zorba
Bacula.
gal. Holy Lord. Very attractive.
You got a fucking nice
Australian. Future wife there.
We have a lot of beautiful fans.
Yes.
I can't believe. I'm always amazed by that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo, what are you talking about? We're classy dudes.
I
We're
know, but
funny
they
guys.
can't see
We have
how
potential. We're going to
attractive
have
we
money
Do you
one
have
day.
some Australian ladies, some Australian fans?
Australian
I
women?
And they're
She's
all
not
gorgeous. No, they're all racist. They're not trying to talk to you, Jordan. Don't even.
Hey,
leave her alone, Jordan.
Hey man,
Leave my
I
white
bagged the
woman alone.
Australian girl. I bagged the Australian girl at the cake shop a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Her name is Tiga. And she's coming back for the summer. And she was on the verge of coming to my show, and then she was like, "Oh, I got to cancel." Then she went back, and when she comes back, totally gonna be hooking up.
So you didn't fuck her?
Yeah, no, I licked her face a little bit.
All right. All right, that's the round table.
All right, well,
Yeah,
Marcus
nah,
Parks roast June 1st. Don't forget.
That's right, June 1st. And
Hail
follow
Satan.
everybody on Twitter. Okay, goodbye.